Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Legends of Another World, Curse of Saria. In the last episode we got to the bottom of the water temple and fought a water elemental boss who used water attacks, and fortunately I had enough waterproof and water drain abilities for my entire front row to be immune to water, and so we had a pretty easy time of it. And then there was the Matterlife, which was an interesting boss fight that demanded the cooperation of all 8 party members to take it down. And from that we got the blue shard. Now, Namida has told me that it was a bug that the red shard didn't appear in my inventory, so let's see if the blue is there. Yes, blue shard. It's a blue shard. Okay. And before moving on, let's have a look at the skills and AP, because that was a long dungeon and everyone's got a good chunk of AP, especially Harley, who's had AP Turbo on throughout this dungeon. And in fact, he's already up to 578, even though he came in with virtually none because I just got Revivia. So what can I get with him? Could go for Curona or Full Cure. Could go for Shield or Aura. In fact, as he is so close to 600, I'm going to wait until he gets there and then get Shield and Aura. And I'll decide about other party members then as well. So I'm going to make my way out of this dungeon first. But before moving out, I'm going to upgrade Vince's waterproof to a water drain. Just because there are a lot of random monsters in here that have both water and physical attacks. Okay, we've seen all the random encounters this place has, I think, so I'm going to be skipping most battles on the way out. Although I just want to mention that the bug where some party members have their attack and their buffs saved in between battles seems to still apply with the party switching system in the Matterlife fight. Well, that was relatively painless. I even managed to steal the Phoenix Tears and not use one up. Now, something I think I didn't notice on my way down is that I can, in fact, jump over that river. So this might be new territory. And this is the first time we've seen this particular combination, but these are all old monsters, and I do want to get some new content in this video, so I'm still going to skip this one. Ooh, 5 secret potions. Those are pretty good. And I now have 12. The other 7 have all been steals from that turtle shell thing. So maybe I can feel a bit better about using those up if the need calls for it. Dispel Strike and half MP cost. Wow. So I now have MP plus 100% and 2 half MP costs. So that's enough for my MP users to all have something that basically gives them that effect, because those 2 effects are kind of the same. The only difference between them is that having them be different things means they can both be stacked on one user if necessary. But I don't know if I'm actually going to put all of those on, because I do like having the trader abilities equipped. Anyway, see you after this one. I got yet another waterproof as a drop from that fight, so that's rather nice. This is old territory. I recognise the nook in the wall just above and to my right, because I had a look there to see whether it led to a new room, and it didn't. If I go up here, this is the path that I went on. Harley is now level 45, so because of the round number, I would like to make sure I get out of here without anyone going above that. There's another chest that's not open yet. Anyway, this is the cave with the monster in a box. And that was the way to forward progress beyond it, so I should now go back on my tracks. So that particular combination, the Deathificator, the Turtleshell and the Om-Nom, if I've got all of their names right, is what dropped a barrier in one encounter in my previous video, but I wasn't so lucky this time. Right, I'm back here. Those stairs are where I came up. Let me check Vince's equipment. Right, no, he's only had one equipment upgrade all game. The reason I do that is I'm noticing his bliss is now healing for about 200 and something, so the potency of that has gone up fast, even without a new orb in this dungeon. So those stairs just go back to this floor. Oh, and by the way, in the first episode of the Water Temple, when I first went down there, it was a bit of a maze, and that's the floor with all the equipment, and I saw a save point that I couldn't work out how to get to. I realised after I'd finished the two videos that is the same save point that's next to the doorway leading into the Matterlife fight. So perhaps up here, yes, this looks familiar. This is going back towards the entrance of the whole cave system. And there is that other chest that we saw. Invigorant. Don't know what that is, but let's have a look. Doubles one ally's HP and MP, so presumably only for one fight, but that's still very, very powerful. No wonder I've only got one of it, so I'll have to save that for a very special occasion. Okay, we've made our way out of the dungeon. Now, Namida has explained about the balloon that was making the error beeps, and the fact is the balloon is not meant to be here. Yes, I know that the dialogue at the end of the Matterlife said that we need to get a balloon next to visit Sisona, the location of the next shard, and in fact the only unclaimed one, because we now have 2 and the cult has 4. But it is not this balloon. There's somewhere else in the world that we need to go to unlock that. But first I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to put on no encounters and thoroughly explore that dungeon to make sure I haven't missed anything. Okay, that's all done. Time to look at skills. So Harley has 600 AP. I could wait and get Curona, but at the moment that doesn't seem very important because I have other ways of healing quickly, including Ivy's Blessing, and of course now if someone's at low HP I can just wait for them to be knocked out and use Revivia. So, Shield and Aura. Excellent. Who else can learn? Vince. I said I wanted to try out Reversal. I'm sticking with that. That means he can't get anything else yet. Gamble could be interesting, although it gives buffs, and I can already do that with Vince, so maybe not so interesting. Draw Physical and Draw Magical would be good if Vince were more of a tank. Now, what's his current equip? He has HP plus 25, not 100. So I could kind of turn him into more of a tank by giving him an HP plus 100, but I'm not going to do that at the moment. Alicia. Namida drastically lowered the cost of mix, 2,500 instead of 3,500. So she is quite close to that. Amanda. Level 3 elementals or flare. Both are possible. I have only just saved, so I'm going to go for flare. I've got the option of reverting to that save if I want. The reason I don't want level 3 elementals B, I mentioned this before, is that when I want to hit all targets with Amanda, I have the first 4 elements for that. So I'd only want to hit all with light or dark if there were enemies specifically weak to those, and there are not that many of those, and they are mostly bosses. Although since the next shard is the Shimmering Shard, it could be that we're about to enter a light elemental area, so... Tara, 740. Quick attack is what I want. Because it's the only... other than Spirit Buster and Vampire Buster are the 2 things that neither Tara or Leanna has yet. But neither of those sounds particularly useful. Draining HP is not great when there are so many ways to cure. Reducing spirit. Again, I have other ways to increase my party's damage. So, quick attack seems to be the one to go for. Leanna, and she's the last one because Ivy doesn't use AP. So Leanna, I could say that Tara's just learned quick attack, don't bother with it for Leanna. Or I could go for something different. I could go for... hello? Although their lists are otherwise the same, Spirit Buster does not appear on Leanna's list at all. That's interesting. But she gets Defense Buster instead. That kind of could be more useful because she is a physical attacker. But I think I'll wait and decide with her later as well. We've also got a large amount of money. I'm going to spend some of that to restock on Phoenix Tears. Get up to 20 Hyper Potions and 10 Potion Jugs because I like round numbers. Oh yes, and the other thing to decide about is whether to swap any of my trainer abilities around. So Harley is definitely keeping AP Turbo. I don't want no encounters on anymore, and Water Drain can come off because I've just finished the Water Themed dungeon. Now, Harley has had the Agility Trainer, and it's put his agility up to 46, which is actually pretty good compared to the other low agility party members. So it's close to Vince's and Tara's, but Alicia... Oh, and it's much higher than Amanda's. That's interesting. Okay, maybe Amanda should be the one to have Agility Trainer next. What's Vince's like? 47. Yeah, Harley and Vince are very close now. I'd like Amanda to catch up with them. So, instead of Waterproof, you can have the Agility Trainer. Amanda should keep Magic Trainer because no one else has any use for that. Harley and Vince obviously do use the Magic stat, and so does Ivy, but for none of them is it particularly important. Whereas for Amanda it is increasing her damage directly, so that's great. MP Trainer, really not so important now that she has a good supply of MP anyway, and there is the possibility of putting an MP plus 100% or half MP cost on. Then again, I don't know who else would have it. But I kind of don't want one person to have 3 trainers at the same time, so I'll put the half MP cost I just got. In fact, I have 2 of those unused at the moment. What else? Tara has the Spirit Trainer. Her Spirit is 44, so it's still behind the rest apart from Alicia. Talking of Alicia, she has the Strength Trainer, and her Strength is now 125. Wonderful. So yes, maybe stick with that arrangement. Leanna has defense and HP. Her HP is about to catch up to Tara's, so maybe leave that with her for one more level. She has EXP Turbo, which I want to pass on to Tara once Leanna's more caught up with the front members of the party. So what did I decide? Defense trainer. Leanna's defense is up to 52. I'm sorry if this is boring to watch. I really am. Yeah, that's way out ahead now, so she can lose that. Strength plus 25 is a good thing for her to have. Defense trainer could go to Amanda, but she has 2 defense things. Could go to Harley, who has empty slots now. Oh, no one has the MP trainer. Right. Okay, Harley, you can have that as well. Why not? Okay, that's going to be my setup going forward. I'll just skip this one as well. So Lena decides to leave us at this point. She's only with us for the water temple. And who knows, maybe we'll get her back later in the game. Anyway, I'm going to do a little bit of shopping off camera. Okay, shopping done. So the next thing is to get a balloon, and since Namida has told me that the one appearing outside the water temple was a bug, where else in the world have we seen a balloon? It's nice to be here again and to hear this music. The line's been permanently closed due to the transients. Interesting. Of course, early in the game I thought that one day that would eventually be the fast transport hub, but now we have the boat. You know, I'm not going to move out of the way, ever. I missed that kind of dialogue, that's awesome. That's where one of the cloaked merchants was, long since gone now. Really? A random battle here? I'm just going to show off something, which is the fact that the ordering bug with Flea has been fixed. You know, I've had enough of this. You want the balloon? I'll give it to you for 5,000 kicks. Awesome! You know what else is awesome? This music. So now we have full world travel. We can even go to places like Carolint that are not directly accessible by boat. Can't go to the top of the mountain. This is Sisona, which is the next plot destination. But first, I want to have a look around. Let's land in Saria. Oh, this wasn't the first time Saria's been attacked, and it probably won't be the last either, but we always bounce back. Indeed, the town has been repaired. I'm guessing there won't be any random encounters in the town either. Cool. I wonder if anything... Was it always possible to go around the back there? I'm not sure. Let's just see if there's anything on the other side. And then I want to see if anything's changed inside the palace. Well, all of these are now unblocked. And there are cloaked merchants in jail. Hey, I wonder if it's the... I didn't do anything, I swear! I wonder if these are the same ones that That cult attack sure filled up our cells. No, it's the cultists, not the cloak merchants. But it would have been very, very funny if they'd all been jailed for ripping us off. I can't remember the individual rooms. It's been such a long time. There was that locked door there before. It quite possibly was, because this was the route to other areas. This chest, I looted it, so now it's been replaced with 1 MP cost. Does that seriously mean every spell you can cast costs 1? It does. It really does. Oh my good lord. That is so broken. I had no idea that was there. I don't like you. Go away. I'm not even sure I've talked to all these, because I think some of them have new lines of dialogue that I haven't heard. But I've got to look around now to see if there are any other chests. Okay, that's just money. Still, that's always nice to have. It nearly refunds what we paid for the balloon. Hey guys! Okay, that's all you have to say. Wow. 1 MP. I've lost track of how many times Saria has been rebuilt now. And 10,000. Still can't go in there, but there's no dialogue about it. That one's odd. Here's a fast person. Can I catch you? Gotta keep moving. I think that was the same before. Okay, that's that room. This one is another of these locked doors. Well, I assumed, and it is locked. Yep, more cultists in jail. Not sure why you think it's so amusing to be locked up. Now these 2 doors at the back, were these open before? I don't think so, and that one has a chest. Zombie shuriken, we already have that. But it might be sellable. Save crystal. I think this one was added because of the clunky boss battle. Can't go either of those ways. This one's open now. Damage resist. Probably just what it sounds like, but let's have a look. Reduces most damage by 20%. Not so great. And is that Cameron? I thought the cult had kidnapped you and that was the last we heard. Hello, how are you doing? Quite well, thank you. Good, keep it up. That's all you have to say after we've travelled the whole world in order to rescue you. Oh, this is wonderful. I'm so pleased that Namida puts this much effort into rewarding the player for revisiting old areas. Talking of which, another old area I want to revisit, but no, I will go this way rather than take the balloon there because it's much closer to this side. So there was this. Okay, you still have the same line. There was this shop here. It's kind of suspicious, really. Very suspicious is that it has its own unique music, and this thing which looks like it should lead somewhere, maybe later in the game. Nope, they're still not open. And oddly enough, I can't... Oh, no. I have been looking again at the very beginning of the game for a bonus video I want to make at some point, and the tutorial for jumping over one-tile gaps did say that it's only in dungeons. Well, there's a whole world full of old places to look over, but there are two in particular that I want to take a look at. One is Sturges, and I'll do this one off camera. Although I've run into a random encounter we haven't seen before, so that's interesting enough to show. A Mega Cacta, no steel. Fairly powerful, but I think we can take it down. Scan. It's harder to find Harley's abilities when I keep adding more. Right, did we find out anything? Oh yeah, everything's 1 MP now. Weak to water. And as is traditional for cactus enemies, it does exactly 1000 damage. I wonder if my viewers will get the reference. There you are, Bliss is doing nearly 300, and that's even without meditation buffs. One experience. It really was not worth switching everyone around, but a good chunk of AP. Oh, and we still have the balloon music playing. I wonder if that's a bug. Then again, the somber Sturges music wouldn't fit anymore now that the storyline here is complete. I just found out a couple of interesting things from a random encounter. One is that the bug with buffs remaining on the characters has been fixed, at least as regards Flea. And the other is that if your character has been debuffed and Vince uses his meditation or adrenaline, that neutralises the buff rather than putting you to a +1 level. Like, for example, haste would... if you cast haste on a character that's been slowed, it doesn't just neutralise it, it puts them into haste status. But buffs don't work like that. One level of buff will just cancel out one level of debuff. I'll get the steals from these, or at least get one steal and then flee. That's a nice source of free money. I could grind in an area like this, or the water temple that has some decent steals. Ooh, there's a new chest here. Given that I really have no idea what's going to happen if I step on that hexagram, I will definitely save. Okay, it's just an agility plus 25. That's locked. And this begins the second weapon, or super weapon. And it's strong. I'm not at all sure I'll be able to take it out at this level. No steals. I'm just going to use a Phoenix Tears so that Harley's turn is freed up for scanning. Or not. Flare just does that. Well, I'll scan anyway. As the last one was so... the last one had 200,000. This... 1 million and immune to all elements. Yeah, I'm not winning this. And so I'm sure many of you all know that in Final Fantasy VII the optional bosses are called something weapon, and the most powerful of them has 1 million HP. So in this game, that one is only the second of 3, and it already has 1 million. I can't wait to see what the third is like. Possibly after this episode I'll have a bit of a think about whether I might be able to defeat that at my current level, but I don't think so. Anyway, while we're checking up on old places in the overworld, there's one in particular that I want to look back at, and that is Saria, Ivy's hunting club. So the reason I'm here is that I want to have a look for the 2 strong monsters we were told about. Yep, those are all things I've heard before. Zombie head, that's a reference to the toxic head that we met. There was a rock formation. Well, let's just go in here and see if they have anything new to say. No. Vampira and Reaper are the 2 hottest targets at the moment. Vampira has been seen around the rock formations to the west. How do I go west? Possibly it means here and then west, but that's definitely a tree formation, not a rock formation. Okay, this is the screen to the west. Where are we going? I definitely remember that I was on this screen, I visited that shop that I just passed, and I saw the rock formations. Yes, the Mai Rangers, we can only get there, that's here, we can only go in if we defeat the Vampira and the Reaper. First I'd have to find this rock formation, and I know I've seen it. I've been here before and there was a rock formation just like the one described. Is it on this screen? Yes, it must be here. Okay, so take no encounters off, save, and start looking around. Well, how about that? First try. Vampire Fang, not great. Excel. I have no idea what this is going to do, except that, well, it's a vampire, it's probably undead. So try fire. Does a good amount of damage. Scan. Illusion, what does that do? Okay, it's normal to fire but weak to light. That's fine, I can cast light. Its HP is not great. Let's switch quickly so that everyone gets a look in. I don't know whether this counts as a boss. Oh, illusion makes it invulnerable to physical, like with the chameleon. Still, if all my physical attackers... Oh, it's not completely invulnerable. Good to know. Okay, it casts dark, doesn't do that much damage. Yeah, I should have done this much earlier in the game. Ooh, nice. Because this is really easy now. Ah well. And it was a boss, so to speak. AP but no experience. 3 vampire fangs as in addition to the steel. Okay, I'm going to put no encounters back on and go look for the other one. The Reaper was said to be to the south. I think that, as with the Vampira, if I get onto the right screen, I'll meet a character who says something more specific. And I think it's not here. I think I have to go east and then south, because it was said to be directly south of the hunting lodge, not southwest. Fought here for ages and ran into the scariest creature. That could be the Reaper, it could be this screen. So let's take no encounters off, and... oh! Well, that was one way to do it. Oops! What did you have on? HP plus 100, probably. Definitely the 2 trainers, because I wouldn't be going around without someone having those. And for the 4th slot, it doesn't really matter. But I do need to put your HP back up. Save. You're wandering around in the dark grass. Do I need to be there? Well, this isn't the Reaper. This is just a normal encounter. So I'll just have one attempt at stealing and then flee. I don't really care so much about getting the steals when they're not great. They can be sold, but I have a lot of money right now. It could be that it's a rare encounter. However, I think this is it. Thick fog, not great. Excel. Scan. What are you vulnerable to? Light. There's a surprise. Okay, it has instant death. How are you against physical? I think this one should be pretty easy, especially now I have Revivia. Just need to switch around. Although this one probably also counts as a boss, so I don't need to do this switching, but you know. Just in case it also has weak physicals, I'll cure. No, that was a bad idea. Why does it keep picking on Harley? Still, I have a lot of these Phoenix Tears and they're easy to replace. Yep. Both of those I really should have done much earlier, because at this level they are no challenge at all. However, the Phoenix Wing is an excellent reward. So I'll save and I'll put on no encounters to go back to the hunting club and see what they have to say now that we've killed both of their targets. Good luck fighting those monsters. Yeah, just found them both. killed them as well. Nice! You got both of the hot ones. Well, I guess you're in. Welcome. I'll let you know if there's any hot monsters to hunt, otherwise just do what you like. There's nothing big out there at the moment. Okay, so this is somewhere to keep revisiting later in the game. Does that mean we can get into the Mai Ranges? Namida hinted that this was an unfinished area, but it might be visitable in this update. I don't know. Where is the entrance? Is it from this screen at all? I do lose my way around this place easily because every screen is so huge. Yes, this is it. Well, I guess I can let you in now. Balloon, Namida, not boat. But thank you for the warning. I'll spare you the walk back. Oddly enough, balloons can now be found indoors. And with that done, this episode has been going on for a while. I just want to point out this island. We can't interact with it, but we also can't get there by boat, and it looks interesting. I'm pretty sure that's going to be something important later in the game. Anyway, with all that done, time to land in Sisona at last, and this is where I'm going to leave it for this episode. So, see you next time to explore Sisona. Thank you for watching.